Welcome back, everybody. It's Coast to Coast Sports. My name is Levi. This is the official 2024 full season predictions. Let's cue the music. Here we go. Full disclosure, guys, this is my favorite episode that we do here on Coast to Coast Sports. It is my favorite thing I do every single year. I go to the NFL Playoff Predictor website and I pick every single game. Every team, every week, every division. Let's get going. Starting with week 1, Thursday Night Football, Chiefs-Ravens. Patrick Mahomes is going to have his work cut out for him in week 1 with the Ravens, but at home, I think the Super Bowl champions defend their win. I'll take the Chiefs. All right, Bengals-Patriots. Should be a very close game, should be a very good game. Come on, let's reload this thing. Here we go. I think the Bengals win that game, though. Jacoby Brissett. It's his first start as a Patriot. I don't believe in him. Dolphins, Jags. Tua against Trevor. Two of the quarterbacks that I think are super overhyped. Give me the Dolphins at home. Colts against the Texans. CJ Stroud on the road against Anthony Richardson. Returning to action for the Colts. Give me the Texans. I'll take CJ Stroud to win on the road in Indianapolis. Chargers against the Raiders. Herbert, is he fully healthy? Is he going to play? We think he is. Against Gardner Minshew. Give me the Raiders. Defeating Jim Harbaugh. I don't trust Herbert's health. All right. Interleague, there's a ton of them. Bears, Titans. Whew. Would Caleb Williams win his home opener against Tennessee? I think he will. Falcons, Steelers. Both veteran quarterbacks with new teams. Kirk Cousins against Russell Wilson. I'll take Atlanta at home. Buffalo. Josh Allen against Kyler Murray with his new weapon. Give me Buffalo at home. Seattle hosting Denver. Again, rookie quarterbacks usually struggle in week 1. I'll take Seattle. Dallas at Cleveland. Should be a really good game. I like the Cowboys, though. I like the Cowboys offense to beat up on the Browns defense. 49ers, Jets. I'll take the Niners at home. I do not trust Aaron Rodgers in the Bay Area. That's Monday Night Football. He returns to his home, the Bay Area. NFC, the Friday night game in Brazil. I'll take Green Bay to beat Philadelphia in Brazil. Jordan Love gets the win against Jalen Hurts. Saints hosting Carolina. Will Bryce Young be any better this year? I don't know, but I'll take the Saints to win at home week 1. Giants host Minnesota. Sam Darnold against Daniel Jones. Could this be a good game? I don't think so. I really don't think so. Maybe. But I think that this is going to be a game that is full of ugly offensive play. Two of the worst quarterbacks in the league. So I guess in that sense, it will be good because it might be close. I will take Minnesota, though. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take New York. I'm going to take New York at home. Buccaneers against the Commanders. Again, rookie quarterbacks struggle, especially on the road. Asking a week 1 rookie to go on the road, that's too much. Buccaneers win. And then Lions-Rams. A rematch from the postseason. Give me Detroit. In Detroit, I'll take the Lions to win. So not many road teams winning in week 1. Let's go over to week 2. Week 2. Bills and Dolphins. This is a real banger of a game. Right away, they're throwing the Bills and Dolphins at us on a Thursday Night Football. Tied right now at 1-0. Both 1-0. Give me the Dolphins in Miami. I like the Dolphins' chances to win that game. They advanced to 2-0. They're leading the division through 2 weeks. Jets, Titans. Aaron Rodgers still looking for that first win as a New York Jet, and I think he gets it in Tennessee. Aaron Rodgers and the Jets, they are going to win that game. So now it is a 1-1 record for the New York Football Jets. Let's continue. We're trying to get this show on the road here. Get out of the way. Oh my goodness. All right, we're back. Jaguars against the Browns. Both of these teams looking for their first win. I don't think Deshaun Watson gets it here. I think Jacksonville beats the Browns. They move to 1-1. Ravens, after playing on Thursday, they get the semi-bye. It's a 10-day of rest against the Raiders. Baltimore's a better team. They win that game. They're now 1-1. Broncos, Steelers. Bo Nix taking on Russell Wilson against his former team. I'll take the Broncos to get their first win. Russell Wilson struggled in Denver all throughout the past 2 seasons. I think returning home is going to spook him. Then we got the Bengals and the Chiefs. Is this a Sunday night game? It should be if it's not. Chiefs, Bengals, I'll take Kansas City. So now the Bengals are tied with Baltimore, 1-1 atop the North. Chiefs at 2-0, leading the West. Packers against the Colts. This should be a good game. Packers just won in Brazil, and I'll take the Packers to win again here in their home opener at Green Bay. Panthers hosting the Chargers. Give me the Chargers. Jim Harbaugh wins his first game as the Chargers head coach. Bryce Young now 0-2. Rough start. Then we got Seattle at New England. Jacoby Brissett, will he still be the starter in week 2? I think he will, but give me Seattle to win on the road. 2-0 now are the Seahawks. Bears, Texans. CJ Stroud against Caleb Williams. I don't think Caleb Williams is as good as CJ Stroud yet. Maybe he could be. He was better in college. I don't think he's better as an NFL quarterback yet. Give me Houston at home to beat the Bears. They now are 2-0, leading their division. In the NFC, Vikings, Niners. Sam Darnold hosting his former team. I like the 49ers to win on the road. They advance to 2-0. Vikings now 0-2. Rough start for them. Dallas hosting the Saints. Give me Dallas. They are now undefeated, 2-0. Washington hosting the Giants. Washington 0-1. The Giants are 1-0. Jaden Daniels gets his first career win at home, taking down Daniel Jones. Washington now is 1-1. Lions hosting hosting Tampa. This was also a playoff game, wasn't it? Did they just give the Lions both of the teams they beat in the playoffs back to back, right? Detroit, I think they will win at home against Tampa. Then we got the Cardinals, Rams. Give me the Rams at Arizona to advance to 1-1. And then on Monday night, Eagles hosting Atlanta. I'll take Jalen Hurts gets his first win as an Eagle. Kirk Cousins always struggles on primetime. Excuse me, not his first win as an Eagle, but the first win for the Eagles. So through 2 weeks, Dolphins, Chiefs, Texans, undefeated. In the AFC and the NFC, Lions, Packers, Niners, Seahawks, Cowboys. Some familiar teams that are undefeated. Let's move on. Week 3. No comments yet, I see. If you guys want to leave comments, let me know what you think about this. Week 3. Jets hosting New England on Thursday night. So it's Rodgers. 1-1 are the Jets. Patriots still looking for that first win. I think this has got to go to the Jets. Jets move to 2-1. So a nice little start for them as Aaron Rodgers gets a couple of easy games early in the season. Steelers hosting the Chargers. Russell Wilson, he's still looking for his first win as a Steeler. At this point, he's playing for his job. I'll give him the win at home. I think Russell Wilson wins that game. Bills hosting Jacksonville. They beat Jacksonville last year. No, they didn't. Didn't Jacksonville beat them in London last year? I think they did. Either way, I'm going to take the Bills on Monday night to win. So the Bills move to 2-1. A lot of interleague play in week 3. We're going to go through this in a second. Let's go to the NFC first. Saints hosting Philadelphia. Derek Carr currently tied atop his division. Eagles, they're not leading theirs. I think the Eagles go on the road and win this game against New Orleans. Got the Rams hosting San Francisco. Rams can make a big statement here, and they do. They beat the 49ers. Rams now 2-1. And then the Cardinals hosting Detroit. Cardinals, I'm going to give them the win. At home in Arizona, Kyler Murray beating the Lions. Lions fall to 2-1. Lions, maybe not the same team as last year. I don't know. They're definitely not the fun up-and-coming team anymore. The Lions have a team. They have an NFC North title to defend. I think there's more pressure on Detroit this season. Last year, they were playing with free money. Not anymore. Titans hosting Green Bay. Will Levis 0-2 against the 2-0 Packers team. And I'm going to give this win again to Tennessee. Tennessee wins their first game of the season. They move to 1-2. Vikings hosting Houston, and I don't see Sam Darnold winning this one either. So give this one to CJ Stroud, and the Texans are there now 3-0. Great start for them. Colts host the Bears. Anthony Richardson is also 0-2, and I'm going to let him win this game. I think Anthony Richardson beats Caleb Williams, and I think this is the game that's really going to start his season. I think those first 2 games are going to be tough, but I think week 3, he beats Caleb, he beats the Bears, and all of a sudden, Anthony Richardson is officially back. Tampa, 1-1 against a 1-1 Denver team. I'll give this game to the Buccaneers in Tampa Bay. Baker Mayfield gets the win, still atop his division at 2-1. Browns against the New York Football Giants. Giants 1-1. Browns, they are 0-2. Give this one to Deshaun Watson. He wins his first game of the season, 1-2, his first win in almost a full calendar year. Seattle at home against the Dolphins. This is going to be a really good game. It's going to be a big test, I think, because the Dolphins have a great offense. The Seahawks have rebuilt their defense with a new defensive head coach. I still like the Dolphins to win this game. So the Dolphins go into Seattle and beat the Seahawks. Dolphins, again, now they're 3-0. They're looking good early. Raiders hosting Carolina. Raiders 1-1, Carolina 0-2. And I would actually think that Carolina wins this game in Las Vegas. Gardner Minshew is just not all that. Okay, big game here. The last 3 are all, this last one isn't. Monday Night Football. Let's go with Monday Night Football. Bengals, they're going to beat the Commanders. They're now 2-1. Washington falls to 1-2. And then you got the Chiefs. They're going to win in Atlanta. So Atlanta falls to 1-2. Chiefs still undefeated. Then you got the Ravens and the Cowboys. This is a big game. Cowboys 2-0. Ravens 1-1. I think in Dallas, the Cowboys win this game. They stay undefeated. They're 3-0. So we're through 3 weeks. Who's undefeated? Dolphins, Chiefs, Texans, Cowboys. That is it. 4 teams that are undefeated throughout week 3. Let's move over to week 4. Here we go. Week 4. Texans hosting Jacksonville. This game should be epic. I think Trevor Lawrence, I have him 1-2 going into the game. I still think Trevor Lawrence is going to put on a show. Give me the Jags. They get their first road win of the season. They beat the Texans. Texans lose their first of the year. The Texans are not going to go down easily. All right. Steelers, Colts. Russell Wilson. Again, he's fighting for his job. Anthony Richardson, though, remember, I said he's going to come alive week 3. I think he will. Colts win. They move to 2-2. Steelers, 1-3. That winning record is in jeopardy. Jets, Denver. This is a game that was actually a surprisingly good game last year. Rodgers, I think, wins this game 3-1 now. 3-1. Look out for Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. Chargers against the Chiefs. Whew. Can Jim Harbaugh win week 4? I don't think so. Give me the Chiefs to move to 4-0. Jim Harbaugh, 1-3. Rough start for the Chargers. Raiders, Browns. I actually like Cleveland to win this game in Las Vegas. The Raiders fall to 1-3. Ravens at home. I think they beat the Bills. So Ravens move to 2-2. Bills also 2-2. They're in 3rd place right now. And then the Dolphins at hosting Tennessee on Monday Night Football. I think they win that game. So Dolphins 4-0. They have a nice little easy schedule to start off the season. We got the Panthers hosting Cincinnati. Give me the Bengals. They move to 3-1. And then the 49ers, they're going to beat New England. New England is 0-4 to start the year. And I think at this point, it's time to move to Drake May if they haven't already. NFC, Giants hosting the Cowboys. Give me the Cowboys to win in primetime. Packers hosting Minnesota. Give me the Packers. Bears hosting the Rams. I think this is a sneaky, really good game. Give me Caleb. Give me Caleb at home, taking down Matthew Stafford and the Rams. And the Bears, have they officially arrived? They're now 2-2. We got the Bucs. They host Philadelphia. Remember, the Bucs beat the Eagles in the playoffs last year. I think the Eagles, though, get revenge. Eagles move to 3-1. Buccaneers now at 2-2. Then the Falcons, they're going to beat the Saints. They're now 2-2 as well. Cardinals, they beat Jaden Daniels and the Commanders. Cardinals move to 2-2. And then the Lions on Monday Night Football, they've lost to Seattle, I believe, 4 times in a row. But I think this time the Lions are going to get the job done. Lions move to 3-1. Seattle now 2-2. So if we look again, same 3 teams undefeated. The Texans no longer. Cowboys, Dolphins, and Chiefs remain. And you're starting to see a playoff picture form. A lot of teams, though, that are still right there at 2-2. Everybody's kind of in the mix here. The division to watch right now is the NFC North. Packers Lions are tied at 3-1. That is kind of the premier division race right now. Chiefs already running away with the West. Let's move over to week 5. Week 5. Any comments? Let's check. Nobody. Okay. Week 5. Here we go. Texans hosting the Bills. Again, really good game here. The Bills, I think they lose. I think CJ Stroud is going to win. I think he beats Josh Allen, and I think, if anything, that is his moment. So he just lost. Remember, this is a week after they lost to Jacksonville. I think they get revenge. After a tough loss to the Jags, they beat up on the Bills. Bills now 2-3. What's going on in Buffalo? Jaguars hosting the Colts. I actually like the Jags to win this game. So Colts fall to 2-3. Jags at 3-2. Bengals hosting Baltimore. Huge game for Lamar, huge game for Joe Burrow. Give me the Bengals, though. 4-1 now are the Bengals, and all of a sudden they're taking control of their division. New England is hosting the Dolphins. Could this be Drake May's first win in New England? I'm actually going to say it is. Patriots beat the Dolphins. Dolphins now are not undefeated anymore, as the Patriots defense, they show up and beat the Dolphins. I feel like Patriots-Dolphins games are always weird. They always surprise you. And I've picked a lot of home teams this week. I'm actually going to pick another. Now I'm going to pick a road team, though. Minshew goes into Mile High and beats the Broncos. So the Broncos fall to 1-4. Sean Payton and Bo Nix so far not looking all too good. I disagree, though. I'm trying to mix it up with the home and away. I'm actually going to pick the Broncos. The Broncos moved to 2-3. All right, interleague, Vikings hosting the Jets. Can Sam Darnold beat his former team? Yes, he can. Vikings win their first game of the season. They moved to 1-4. Jets now 3-2. Then we have Washington against Cleveland. Give me Washington. The Commanders, they beat the Browns. They moved to 2-3. Steelers beating the Cowboys in an upset. Cowboys no longer undefeated. And then the Chiefs are going to beat the Saints. I got to pick some road teams over here. There's no way this week is going to be only home teams. So which road teams do I think can win? I think Green Bay wins against the Rams. They move to 4-1. I think Seattle does win at home against the Giants. They move to 3-2. Give me the 49ers again, but here we go. Give me the Panthers on the road and give me the Bucks on the road, actually, because again, Kirk Cousins primetime always struggles. That's on a Thursday night. So give me Tampa Bay and Carolina. I don't feel great about picking only 3 road teams this week, but it is what it is. So right now, again, who's left? Just the Chiefs? That's it. Only the Chiefs are left undefeated after 5 weeks, and it makes sense. All right, week 6, here we go. Tennessee off the bye gets to host the Colts. Tennessee now, they're 1-3. Colts are 2-3. I actually like the Colts to beat Tennessee, though. I think the Colts move to 3-3. Then we got New England. They just won their first game, but CJ Stroud is too much for them. Texans move to 5-1. Raiders against the Steelers. Give me the Raiders. Give me Minshew. Give me some Minshew magic, baby. Raiders move to 2-4. Steelers, they are falling to 2-4 as well. Denver is going to lose in Mile High to the Chargers off a bye. And the Jets against the Bills. Monday Night Football, huge game. If the Jets win, if Aaron Rodgers wins, Aaron Rodgers might be back. If the Bills win, though, they can turn their season around, and they are going to. The Bills will turn their season around with a win against the Jets. Then we have the interleague games. Bears at 2-3 hosting Jacksonville. I think the Bears win. Caleb Williams beats Trevor Lawrence in a nice battle of former first-round picks. Bears now 3-3. Ravens hosting Washington. They win. They're now back to 500 at 3-3. Eagles off the bye against Cleveland. I love Philadelphia off the bye there. They moved to 4-1. And then we got the Giants hosting the Bengals. Give me the Bengals. So the Giants, they are now 1-5. A tough way for them to start the season after they won. Remember, they beat the Vikings week 1, but it's loss. Tough luck for the New York Football Giants. The NFC, Thursday Night Football, Seahawks, 49ers. Give me the Niners. They moved to 5-1. Green Bay beating the Cardinals. They moved to 5-1. Look at the Packers. They're hot. The Saints at 1-4 beat the Bucks at home, I think. I like the Saints to win. So they moved to 2-4. Bucks fall to 3-3. We got the Cowboys hosting Detroit off a bye. This should be a really big game, a really good game. I like the Cowboys to win. I like the Cowboys to win. Lions fall to 3-2, and then Panthers hosting the Falcons. Give me the Falcons to win that game. So Falcons now are tied with the Bucks at 3-3. And the Falcons and Saints and Panthers, though, are right there. So the Panthers are actually competitive right now. As far as the racings go, again, Chiefs still the only undefeated team. They had a bye week 6. Wild card, it's very up in the air. Look at this. All 3-3 teams over here. And then again, 3-3 are the Bears. So a lot of teams are still competitive early in the season, which is what we like. All right, week 7. Here we go. Jaguars hosting New England. I like the Jags to win there. So they move to 4-3. Colts hosting the Dolphins. Dolphins off a bye. Dolphins are 4-1. I like the Colts. Anthony Richardson beating the Dolphins. So the Colts started 0-2, but now they are 4-3. So they've won 4 of their last 5. Colts are hot. Bills, Titans, Bills again. They turn their season around and they're going to keep going. They win this game. Bills move to 4-3. Browns, Bengals. Browns actually are going to beat the Bengals here at home. And then we're going to see the Steelers beat the Jets. So again, a lot of home teams winning in the AFC. Steelers 3-4, Jets also 3-4. I think the Steelers defense is going to beat up on that Jets O-line. TJ Watt is going to absolutely demolish the Jets O-line. Then we got the Broncos at New Orleans. I like New Orleans on Thursday night. Broncos fall to 2-5. Saints now 3-4. Give me Houston at Green Bay. Oh my goodness, CJ Stroud now 6-1, taking down Jordan Love. Then I like the Rams off the bye to beat the Raiders. Sean McVay, never doubt Sean McVay off the bye. They are now back to 500 at 3-3. The Chiefs are going to win at San Francisco. They now move to 6-0. There's no way the Niners beat the Chiefs. We've seen this thing happen before in the Super Bowl. I don't think the Niners are going to win. I'll take Baltimore on the road in Tampa. So Baltimore now 4-3. Tampa falls to 3-4. And then I'm actually going to take the Cardinals at home to beat the Chargers. Chargers fall to 2-4. Arizona now 3-4. They're still competitive for a playoff spot. Lions at Minnesota. They are going to win at Minnesota. I don't care if you're off the bye. The Vikings, I just don't trust Sam Darnold at all. Then we got Seattle at Atlanta. Give me the Falcons. The Falcons beat Seattle last time they played, and I like the Falcons to win again. So Falcons now 4-3. All of a sudden, Kirk Cousins, he's in front of the NFC South, the only team with a winning record down there. I'll take the Eagles in New York. They move to 5-1, and I will take the Washington Commanders to beat the Panthers. Commanders now 3-4. They are competing for that wild card. So again, the Bears still occupying the last wild card spot in the NFC. In the AFC now, we got the Colts, Jags, Ravens. Still, the Bills are fighting for a playoff spot right now. Let's move to week 8. Here we go. Week 8. Things are getting competitive now. We're starting to see some teams break away. We're starting to see some teams fall out of it. All right. Texans hosting the Colts. Give me the Colts on the road. Colts on the road. Now, they've already played the Texans once. I gave the Texans the win week 1. Colts get revenge. Colts now 5-3. They've now won 5 of 6. Colts are hot. Colts are very hot. Ravens, Browns. Ooh, good game. Good defensive game. I'm actually going to take the Browns to win, though. Browns move to 4-4. Ravens with Lamar. They're now 4-4. They're a 500 football team. Pats, Jets. Give me the Jets in New England. I like the Jets to win there. So Rodgers now is 4-4. But, the Patriots are 1-7. That's tough. And then I like the Chiefs and Las Vegas to win. So Chiefs at 7-0, still the only undefeated team in football. In the NFC, Rams against the Vikings. Thursday Night Football. Give me the Rams to move to 4-3. Bucks hosting the Falcons. I like the Bucks to win there. So Bucks move to 4-4. Actually, I feel like I've given the Bucks. So the Bucks already beat the Falcons. Give me the Falcons this time. Falcons get revenge. Never mind that. The Bucks won the first game. Falcons win the next game. They're now 5-3. Buccaneers 3-5. Look out. Bears, Commanders. Caleb Williams against Jaden Daniels. The Bears are 3-3. The Commanders are 3-4. I'm gonna take Caleb to win that game. Bears move to 4-3. Commanders drop to 3-5. And then the Cowboys off the bye in San Francisco. Can they win? No, they can't. Niners get the win. Niners move to 6-2. And then the middle of this, a lot of non-conference games this week. Jags against Green Bay. Green Bay Green Bay goes into this game at 5-2. Jags at 4-3. Give me Jacksonville. Jacksonville moves to 5-3. Green Bay falls to 5-3. All right, Dolphins, Cardinals. Dolphins 4-2. Cardinals 3-4. I like the Dolphins to win that game. They move to 5-2. Then you got the Lions against Tennessee. Lions are going to win this game to move to 5-2. Buffalo wins at Seattle. Buffalo now 5-3. Seattle at 3-5. And they have now lost 3 games in a row. Look out, Seattle. Chargers hosting the Saints. I like the Chargers to win. Jim Harbaugh trying to get back to 500, trying to get back into the playoff contention. They're now 3-4. Denver hosting the Panthers. I like Denver again. So Sean Payton now 3-5 with Bo Nix. All of a sudden, they are starting to pick up some wins. Bengals hosting the Eagles. Big game. I like the Bengals, though. I think Burrow is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts. So the Eagles and Cowboys, both 5-2. They're locked in again. Very difficult, very competitive NFC East. And finally, the Steelers hosting the Giants. I like the Steelers on Monday Night Football to win this game. Steelers are back to 500 at 4-4. Giants, they've lost 7 in a row. They are 1-7. There's no winless teams yet. There is no winless teams. All right, week 9. We continue on. Any comments? No. All right, that's okay. We continue on to week 9. The Jets hosting the Texans. This game, I think it's going to be an intense game. Aaron Rodgers at this point is 4-4. He has to start picking up some more wins. You know, if he wants to get into the playoffs. I think on Thursday Night Football he does it. He beats up on C.J. Stroud. Jets now 5-4. Titans, New England. Okay, one of these teams is going to win a game. Titans are 1-6. New England's 1-7. Give me Tennessee. Will Levis and the Titans move to 2-6. All right, Bills, Dolphins, big game. I had the Dolphins winning the first matchup. Bills win the second one. They're now back to 6-3. They've won 4 in a row. They are back. Bengals, Raiders. Give me the Bengals. Don't even really have to think about that. Give me the Ravens over Denver again. I'm pretty sold on that. And then here we go. Chargers, they are going to get back to 500 with a win at Cleveland. So Chargers now at 4-4. Cleveland now is 4-5. All right, Vikings. Vikings are going to win. Sam Darnold's going to beat the Colts. So the Colts have all the momentum, right? The Colts have won 5 of their last 6, but all of a sudden the Vikings, they beat them in Minnesota. The Vikings now 2-6. Eagles hosting Jacksonville. Eagles at 5-2 against a 5-3 Jags team. Give me Philadelphia. And then the Chiefs, they're going to beat Tampa Bay. They again, 8-0, man. 8-0 are the Chiefs. At this point, I don't like to predict against the Chiefs. Giants hosting Washington. Giants, I think, win this game. Giants move to 2-7. Falcons hosting Cowboys. Now, here's where I think this is going to shock some people. Atlanta wins at home. Atlanta now 6-3, and they're officially now a contender. Dallas falls a game back of Philadelphia. Saints are going to beat the Panthers. Saints move to 4-5. Bears are going to beat the Cardinals in Arizona. So the Bears now 5-3. Look at that. They are all of a sudden very fringy. Rams win. They move to 5-3. And I actually like the Lions to win in Green Bay. So the Lions now 6-2. And that is okay. You know, I'm going to change that prediction. I'm going to give that to the Packers. Packers win in Green Bay. So now you're looking and you're saying, who's in the wild card now? Cowboys, Bears, Lions. And the Rams, a winning team at 5-3, but they are not currently in the playoff picture. Over in the AFC, Chiefs still undefeated, Bengals, Texans, Jags, the Dolphins, and the Jets are now in the playoff picture in the AFC. Colts are feisty, though. Colts and Ravens are both in the picture as well. Week 10, we continue going. Week 10, here we go. Ravens hosting Cincinnati. Give me Baltimore. Give me Lamar Jackson beating the Bengals. They are back in the playoff mix now at 6-4. Chiefs hosting Denver. Give me the Chiefs. They moved to 9-4. Colts against the Bills. I'll take the Colts. They'll beat Buffalo. Anthony Richardson coming back. The Colts now 6-4, and I like the Chargers to move to 5-4 with a win over the Titans. Bears hosting New England. Give me the Bears. Washington hosting the Steelers. Steelers off a bye. I always have a rule. Trust good coaches off a bye. Mike Tomlin and the Steelers win. They're now 5-4. Russell Wilson is above 500 with the Steelers at 5-4. Or it might be Justin Fields at that point. Sam Darnold, goes to Jacksonville. He does not beat the Jags. Jags move to 6-4. Jets win in Arizona. No, they lose in Arizona. The Cardinals are 4-6. Jets are now 5-5. Lions winning in Houston. Houston falls to 6-4. Lions now 6-3. And then the Rams are going to win in LA to take down the Dolphins. The Dolphins now fall to 5-4. All right, Giants at Carolina. I like Carolina. I like Carolina to win that game. Actually, I don't. I like the Giants. Giants move to 3-7. Falcons in New Orleans. New Orleans needs a win, and they get it to move to 5-5. Falcons still atop the division at 6-4. Niners win in Tampa to move to 7-2. And finally, in Dallas. This is the first matchup between these two teams. In Dallas, I like the Cowboys to win against the Eagles and reclaim that division lead at 6-3. They're now tied. All right, we move on. Week 11. Still looking at the Chiefs, the only undefeated team. Can they keep that up? They play a tough game against the Bills. Here we go. Dolphins hosting the Raiders off a bye. Dolphins win, move to 6-4. Steelers hosting the Ravens. I like the Steelers at home. I think they win against Baltimore. Steelers move to 6-4. Bengals hosting the Chargers. I like Chargers hosting Bengals. I like the Chargers. Jim Harbaugh, Justin Herbert and the Chargers now 6-4. Bengals at 7-4. Bills are going to beat Kansas City, and the Colts in New York are going to beat the Jets. Jets fall to 5-6. Colts now 7-4. They are leading their division. What? Titans hosting the Vikings. I like the Titans. Yeah, I'll take Tennessee to win. Tennessee moves to 3-7. Vikings at 2-8. I'll take the Browns in New Orleans. Browns win. They move back to 5-5. Saints 5-6. Patriots hosting the Rams. Give me LA. So the LA Rams are now 7-3. Look at that. They were 2-3. They've won 5 in a row. Jaguars at Detroit. I'll take Detroit. We got the Falcons in Denver. Give me the Falcons to win that game. They moved it. Now give me the Broncos. I'll take the Broncos. Broncos moved to 4-7. Falcons 6-5. And then the Texans on the road, they beat the Cowboys. The Cowboys have had a gauntlet, man. They have had a real gauntlet. They beat the Lions, lose to the Niners. I have them losing to Atlanta, beating the Eagles, losing to Houston. That is a tough stretch of games. So good on them there, but they fall to 6-4 now. Over here, NFC, Eagles get the win. They move to 8-3. I like the Packers in Chicago to win that game off the bye. And I like the 49ers again against Seattle, 8-2 now. The Niners still on top of that division, so no more undefeated teams. The Patriots are now the only team left with one win. They're 1-10. They are not playing well. Chargers now in the playoffs. Texans, Dolphins, Jets, Steelers, Ravens, Browns on the outside looking in. Week 12, big game again. Steelers, Browns, give me Cleveland on Thursday night. Cleveland defense against the Steelers defense, tough teams. And again, you're seeing the AFC North. It is a real dogfight. 7-4, 6-5, 6-5, 6-5. But can the Bengals get on top? They have a bye this week. Texans hosting Tennessee. They need a win. They've been kind of struggling lately. They're going to get it against the Titans. They move to 8-4. Dolphins hosting New England. I like the Dolphins to win that game. Dolphins move to 7-4. I like the Raiders. I'll take the Raiders over the Broncos. Minshew now 3-8. Broncos fall to 4-8. And I'll take the Chargers on Monday Night Football. I'll take the Chargers over Baltimore. Baltimore falls to 6-6. Chargers now 7-4. And the Jim Harbaugh, Justin Herbert magic is starting to work. Colts hosting the Lions. Colts at 7-4. Lions at 7-3. I think the Lions win this game on the road. Colts fall to 7-5. And I like the Chiefs on the road at Carolina. Chiefs now 10-1. All right, NFC games. Darnold and the Vikings beat the Bears. Caleb Williams all of a sudden starting to fade a little bit as the season goes on. Vikings now 3-8. Bears fall to 6-5, now out of the playoff picture. Two teams off a bye, Tampa and New York. Tampa at 3-7. They're going to win. They beat the Giants. Giants fall to 3-8. Tampa Bay at 4-7, though. They're starting to really struggle. Washington hosting the Cowboys. I think I'll take the Cowboys on the road. No, I'm going to take Washington. Washington beats the Cowboys in a shocker. Now Commanders are 4-8. And then we've got the Seattle Seahawks playing the Cardinals off the bye. And I'll take the Cardinals actually to win in Seattle. Cardinals now 5-6. Actually, I'm going to take the Seahawks. I think the Cardinals win in Arizona. I like the Seahawks to win in Seattle in this one. So Seahawks move to 4-7. They needed that win if they want any chance getting back into the playoff picture. Green Bay hosting the 49ers. This is a really big game, a really good game, I think. 8-2 Niners against the 7-3 Packers. I'll take the Packers. I'm actually going to take the Packers. And then we've got the Eagles against the Rams. Give me the Eagles on the road. Eagles move to 8-3. Okay, we need to keep going. We need to push the pace here. Week 13, we continue on. Chiefs hosting the Raiders. Easy win for the Chiefs. This is the Black Friday game. The Thanksgiving games, we've got Green Bay against Miami. Give me Green Bay. Give me Green Bay on Thanksgiving. Green Bay moves to 9-3. Dolphins fall to 7-5. So going into that game, they're both 7-4. No, 8-3, 7-4. And then we got the Lions hosting the Bears. I think Caleb on national television wins in Detroit. Bears move to 7-5. Lions move to 8-4. Lions always seem to struggle on Thanksgiving. And then the Cowboys, they are going to beat the Giants. So they move back to 7-5, still in the playoff picture. All right, Patriots against the Colts. I'll take actually New England to win that game. Really big blow for the Colts' playoff chances. They fall to 7-6. Bengals against the Steelers. Bengals off the bye. They beat Pittsburgh. Bengals now 8-4. Jacksonville off the bye against the Texans. Texans win in Jacksonville to move to 9-4. Jacksonville now 6-6. And I'm actually going to take the Broncos to win again. They move to 5-8. The Browns fall again to 6-6. So the Bengals now with a 2-game lead in the AFC North. Falcons off the bye against the Chargers win to move to 7-5. Jets off the bye. They beat Seattle. Jets move to 6-6. They're still in that playoff picture. Aaron Rodgers still in the mix. Washington hosting the Titans. Give me Washington to win. Jaden Daniels now 5-8. Baltimore, they host the Eagles. I'll take Baltimore to get the win. Eagles fall to 8-4. And the Bills are off the bye, are going to beat the Niners. Niners fall to 8-4. And the Bills now are also 8-4. All right, the rest of those NFC games, give me the Cardinals in Minnesota. No, give me Minnesota. Minnesota 4-8. Cardinals also 4-8. Give me the Rams in New Orleans to beat the Saints. Rams now 8-4. Ooh, that's tough. That's tough to overcome. And then the Buccaneers are going to beat the Panthers, and they move to 5-7. All right, let's get this thing going. Week 14. So again, right now where we're at, the Rams are now leading the NFC West. Niners are a wild card team. Lions, Cowboys are also wild cards. In the AFC, Chargers, Colts, Dolphins are your wild card teams. We continue. Week 14. Titans against the Jaguars. I'm going to take Tennessee with an upset win. Jaguars fall to 6-7. Oh no. What is going on with them? Steelers, Browns. The first time they played, I gave this win to the Browns. Did I not? Yes, I did. This time, it's going to go to the Steelers, who moved to 7-6. They're still above 500, still alive. Dolphins, Jets. Jets need a win in Miami to stay alive, and they get it. They move to 7-6. Big playoff implications there. Chiefs are going to lose in Kansas City. No, they're not. They're going to win in Kansas City. They move to 12-1. You know what? I have to give them losses. Give it to the Chargers. Chargers move to 8-5. Chiefs 11-2. Buccaneers hosting the Raiders. Bucks at 5-7. They beat the Raiders. They're now back to 6-7. Rams hosting the Bills. I like the Rams to win this game. Rams move to 9-4. Bills now at 8-5. And all of a sudden, the Jets are only a game back in that division. Cowboys hosting the Bengals. And I like Cincinnati on the road to win that game on Monday night. Bengals now 9-4. Joe Burrow, is this his year? All right, huge game. Lions, Packers. The Packers won the first matchup in Green Bay. This time, the Lions get it. Lions and Packers now tied at 9-4. Vikings hosting the Falcons. Can Kirk Cousins beat his former team? No, he cannot. The Vikings beat Kirk Cousins. Vikings now 5-8. They're kind of sneaky now. Vikings a sneaky 5-8. Falcons still leading the South at 7-6. Giants hosting the Saints. Giants are 3-9. Saints are 5-7. The Saints need to get back into it, but the Giants win. The Giants they just knock out the Saints. Saints fall to 5-8. Eagles, they get to 9-4 with a win over the Panthers. Seattle's going to lose to Arizona. Arizona moves to 5-8. And the Bears are going to actually beat the 49ers to move to 8-5. Niners fall to 8-5. Give me Chicago with the win over San Francisco. All right, we continue. Week 15. Here we go. We're getting towards the end of this thing. Texans hosting the Dolphins. Texans are 9-4. Dolphins are 7-6. Texans off the bye. They get the win. All right. Thursday night that week. Huge game for the West. Rams 9-4. Niners 8-5. Thursday night in San Francisco. Give me the Niners. Niners move to 9-5. They retake the NFC West from the Rams. All right. Giants, Ravens. Ravens off the bye. I like them to beat the Giants. Giants fall to 4-10. Ravens back to 8-6. Bengals are going to win in Tennessee. Tennessee now 4-2. Bengals 10-4. Jets. The Jets at Jacksonville. They are going to win. They move to 8-6. Jacksonville falls to 6-8. And the Aaron Rodgers magic has arrived. Browns are going to beat Kansas City in Cleveland. Kansas City falls to 11-3. Browns now are 7-7. And the Colts against Denver, both off the bye. Give me Denver. So the Colts, they were super hot earlier in the season. Now they're 7-7. Denver 6-8 all of a sudden. Bo Nix, Sean Payton, they're starting to come alive towards the end of the season. Bucks at Los Angeles. Give me the Chargers to win this game, move to 9-5. Patriots off the bye. They beat the Cardinals. Patriots are now 3-11. Cardinals are now 5-9. The Cardinals needed that win to try to get back into the playoff picture. Lions at 9-4 against the Bills at 8-5. Lions win. Lions move to 10-4 in Detroit. Steelers against the Eagles. Steelers are 7-6. Give me the Eagles. They move to 10-4. They are on top of the East. The Falcons against the Raiders. I actually like the Falcons to lose this game again. What's my rule? Kirk Cousins in primetime always loses. Minshew and the Raiders now 4-10. Then we got Washington off the bye at New Orleans. I'm actually going to take Washington to win this game. So the Commanders are now 6-8. Derek Carr and the Saints are now 5-9. Got the Cowboys at Carolina. Carolina at 2-11. They are not going to pick up win number 3. Cowboys win. They move to 8-6. Green Bay at Seattle. Green Bay is going to win that game. Green Bay now 10-4. Seattle 4-10. And the Vikings on Monday Night Football, they are going to beat the Bears. Sam Darnold all of a sudden 6-8. Vikings knocking the Bears out. So right now the playoff picture, again, NFC, Lions, Cowboys, Rams. In the AFC, Chargers, Ravens, Jets are back in the playoff picture, tied with the Bills atop the East. We have to keep going, man. We're going fast right now. Week 16, here we go. Bengals against the Browns. Thursday Night Football, give me the Bengals. Browns fall to 7-8. That essentially wins the division for the Bengals. Browns are out of the playoff mix. All right, Chiefs, Houston, huge game, huge implications in Kansas City. The Chiefs have lost 2 in a row. They lost to the Chargers and the Browns back-to-back. They are not going to lose against Houston. They beat CJ Stroud and the Texans. Chiefs now 12-3. Ravens, they are going to defeat the Steelers. Ravens are, you know what? I'm actually going to change. No, I'm keeping that. All right, Ravens, they're going to beat the Steelers. Steelers fall to 7-8. Ravens now 9-6. Titans, Colts, I like the Colts move to 8-7. I actually like the Bills to beat the Patriots. I do. I like the Broncos in Los Angeles. Broncos beat the Chargers, and I like the Jaguars in Las Vegas. So the Jags now 7-8. Technically still alive, but not really. Chargers, Ravens, Jets still holding on. Jets hosting the Los Angeles Rams. Huge game. Rodgers against Stafford. We've seen this play out many, many times. Rodgers gets the win. Rodgers moves to 9-6. Rams also 9-6. And then the 49ers are going to beat the Dolphins. Niners move to 10-5 with the Dolphins sitting at 7-8. They're pretty much out of it at this point. Dolphins got off to such a hot start, but they are now 7-8. Over in the NFC, what's going to happen? Bears hosting the Lions. They need a win. They get it. They beat the Lions, moved to 9-6. Falcons hosting the Giants. I like Kirk Cousins to win this one. Giants fall to 4-11. Falcons now 8-7. Washington at 6-8. They are going to beat the Eagles. Eagles with a late season slip up. Washington all of a sudden is 7-8. The frisky Commanders. How about that? I believe in Jayden Daniels. If this tells you anything, I believe in Jayden Daniels. The Cardinals are going to win in Carolina to move to 6-9. Seattle is going to win against the Vikings. They move to 5-10. And then you've got the Cowboys, Bucks, tough, close game. Give me the Cowboys to move to 9-6 though with a win over Tampa Bay. And then the Green Bay Packers at 10-4. They need a win to stay atop their division. They don't get it. Derek Carr and the Saints, they get some late season magic with a Monday Night Football win. Packers Lions tied at 10-5. Here we go, week 17, 2 weeks left. Huge implications. Steelers hosting the Chiefs. Now the Steelers always have a winning record. They're 7-8 right now. What does that mean? They're going to beat the Chiefs on Wednesday on Christmas Day. Chiefs fall to 12-4. Steelers 8-8, back to 500. How about that? The Texans against the Ravens. They are going to win. They're going to beat the Ravens. They move to 11-5 again on Christmas Day. CJ Stroud tops Lamar Jackson. Bengals, Broncos. Give me the Bengals to move to 12-4. And oh, what's that? They're now tied with the Chiefs. But the Chiefs beat them head-to-head, so the Chiefs still with that number 1 seed. Patriots against the Chargers. Give me the Chargers to win that game. Chargers move to 10-6 with a win on the road. Patriots 3-13. Yikes. Jaguars, they are going to beat the Titans to get back to 8-8. The Bills and the Jets for a huge playoff implication worth matchup. Bills are going to win. Josh Allen, again, he owns the AFC East. Browns, Dolphins. Browns get back to 500 with a win over the Dolphins. Dolphins now are 7-9. Browns are 8-8. All right. Giants hosting the Colts. I like the Colts. Colts get back to 9-7. Giants at 4-12. And then the Saints are going to beat the Raiders. Saints move to 7-9. Still alive in the South for now. Still alive. Raiders 4-12. And the NFC, Caleb hosting Seattle. Give me Caleb on Thursday night. Give me Caleb. Bears go to 10-6. They are firmly a playoff team. That is insane. Rams, Cardinals. Cardinals can play spoiler, but they don't. Rams win. Rams get to 10-6. Washington hosting the Falcons. Give me the Falcons. Give me the Falcons to win. Falcons move to 9. Actually, give me the Washington Commanders. I'm going to make this thing interesting. Washington moves to 8-8. Falcons now are also 8-8. Green Bay, they are going to lose in Minnesota. All right, I got to pick some road teams. Let's see here. Give me the Panthers to win there. The Eagles are going to win there. They're going to beat the Cowboys and officially clinch the East. And give me the Lions. Give me the Lions on Monday night. Get revenge over the 49ers. Lions move to 11-5. They're back in front of their division. 49ers at 10-6 though. So look, oh wow. Cowboys at 9-7. They are out of the playoff picture right now. They need a win and they need a Bears or Rams loss. Final week of the season. Here we go. So who's still alive? Baltimore, are they still alive? They are. Baltimore's still alive. I guess technically the Browns and Steelers and the Jags are still alive. And then over here, the Saints are alive for the South, and the Cowboys are alive. Washington is out of this thing. All right, final week of the season. Who's going to play spoiler? So the Chargers, they've already locked up a playoff spot. They're going to rest their starters and lose in Las Vegas. Chargers go 10-7. Raiders finish 5-12. All right, Broncos hosting the Chiefs. I'm actually going to take the Broncos because, again, the Chiefs will be resting their starters at this point. I'm going to take the Broncos. Broncos win, move to 8-9 in the Bo Nix era. First season, a strong finish for the Broncos at 8-9. Titans against the Texans. I like the Texans to beat the Titans on the road. Texans win that division at 12-5. I like the Steelers to beat the Bengals. They are, of course, they have to have a winning record. I will refuse to bet against the Steelers having a winning record until proven wrong. Colts, Jags. I'm actually going to give the last win to the Colts with Anthony Richardson. So Richardson and the Colts finish 10-7. Jags going 8-9. No, I'm going to give it to the Jags. Jags win it. Jags go 9-8. Colts also go 9-8. Then we got the Jets. They're going to beat the Dolphins. They finish 10-7. Ravens are going to beat the Browns to finish 10-7 as well. And then finally, the Bills. The Bills are going to lose to New England, but they still win the division. So I'm curious, if the Colts did win, they would be the 5 seed, and the Ravens would be out. I think the Ravens have a better chance at the playoffs than the Colts, though. I'm going to give that win to the Jags still. Over in the NFC, some games that really matter. The Rams need a win. They're going to get it in LA. They go 11-6. The Niners now, they need a win to match the Rams. They're not going to get it. Niners finish 10-7. Cardinals 7-10. The Rams win the West at 11-6. That is crazy. Maybe it is. Packers 10-6 against the Bears. They're going to win that. Bears fall to 10-7. So here's the chance for the Cowboys. Can they beat Washington? If they do, they're in the playoffs. If they lose, the Bears and Niners in the playoffs. No, the Cowboys win. Niners miss the playoffs. The 49ers are going to miss the playoffs. That's insane. The 49ers going 10-7, missing the playoffs. That is my official prediction, though. I think the Niners are going to get hurt late in the season, get beat up, and they're going to miss the playoffs. Who am I kidding, man? Can I really predict that? That's crazy that I just predicted. But hey, look, this is amendable throughout weeks of the season. I have the Niners missing the playoffs right now. I really do. Looking at that schedule, man, it's a tough schedule. I'm going to let them beat the Bears. You know what? They're making the playoffs. The Bears, it's not the Bears' year yet. Bears, the 9-8. Sorry, Bears. I can't put the Bears in over the Niners. Niners still as a wild card team, though. Buccaneers, Saints. So the Falcons are going to win that. So they're going to win the division, 9-8. The Saints are going to lose to the Bucs. So the Bucs and Saints both finish at 7-10. Pretty much par for the course of that division. Lions at 11-5. They do beat the Vikings. They move to 12-5. And the Eagles are going to beat the Giants. So what does that give you? It gives you a playoff matchup with, here we go, the Eagles and the Chiefs getting buys. The Eagles at 12-5 are the number 1 seed. Bills, Jets. It should be close. Give me the Bills. Give me the Bills to beat the Jets. Sorry, Aaron Rodgers. You know what? Yeah, sorry, Aaron Rodgers. You did make the playoffs. Congratulations. You're not going to beat the Bills. So the Bills win over the Jets. Bengals, Chargers, again, congratulations to the Chargers for making it. Jim Harbaugh, Justin Herbert, and your first year together, but I think the Bengals are a better team. Ravens, Texans, give me Houston. All right, NFC, these are some big games. Jordan Love, Kirk Cousins, they were in the same division last year. I like the Packers. On the road in Atlanta, Packers win. Jordan Love moving on for the second straight year. Rams, Niners, I think this time the Niners again. I like the Rams, though. I like the Rams to beat the 49ers and move to 11-6. The Rams always seem to have their number, man. They always do. Lions, Cowboys. Ooh, I really want to pick Dallas. I'm going with Detroit. All right, we move on. Here we go. Chiefs, Bills, Texans, Bengals. It feels like this has played out every single year. Chiefs against Bills. I'm going with the Chiefs, man. Chiefs beat the Bills. Texans, Bengals. Oh my gosh. What a game this will be. CJ Stroud against Joe Burrow. Sign me up, man. Give me CJ. CJ and the Texans win, and we're going to get to see the top 2 seeds. Then over here, the Lions beat the Rams last time around. I think they do it again. And I like the Packers to beat the Eagles in an upset. Jordan Love and Jared Goff are going to the championship game. So here we go. Championship weekend, Chiefs, Texans. Do I pick the Chiefs to go to a 3rd straight Super Bowl? No, I do not. Texans win on the road. Packers also on the road. CJ Stroud against Jordan Love. That is my official Super Bowl prediction. Lock it in. And the Texans are going to win this year's Super Bowl. Wow. CJ Stroud with his first Super Bowl win in year 2 against Jordan Love in year 2 as a starter. This is crazy that I just picked that. But I am here for it. I am here for Texans over Packers. That is my official 2024 NFL season prediction.